Welcome to another exciting tutorial. This one is on double exposure, and I'm going to be going over a little bit on layer masks as well. So the first thing I'd like you to do is to find a picture. This is a picture that you've taken, and it's a little easier if you have something that's white background, but it's really not that big of a deal. Just find a picture of a person that you've taken. Maybe you took it on your phone. Maybe you used, it's a picture that we had taken in class with the other cameras. Whatever works for you. And right now, I need to find another picture that I'm going to put behind this picture, and you'll see what I mean. This is one that I took actually just in my backyard uh, like a week or so ago, something like that. And you can see actually that I use something similar to what we have in class. Let's see here. So you can see that this is just like that white on one side, black on the other. You can see the edges of it right there. And so this is just sunlight coming in, and there's a cherry tree that the sun is coming through to make these nice little shadows right there. All right, so the next thing I want to do is import another picture into here, into my layers. And you can, if you want, just go to the internet and you could type in sunset, you could type in trees, you could type any background that you want. It really doesn't matter. It's whatever your preference is. But the one thing that I would like you to do is if you take something off the internet, make sure you go to tools and then go to size and make sure it's large. We want a high resolution image. And if you're going to save one of these, you make sure you click on it first, and then over here you want to right click it. I'm on a Mac, so I'm going to hold down control and I'm going to click and then save image as. And you want to make sure that you don't change the name up here, and you can just save it to wherever you want to save it to. In my case, I'm just going to use a photo that I took on the Oregon coast about a month ago. And so I'm just going to go to File, Place Embedded. So this is how you're adding another picture. And Downloads is where I've got mine. I'm just going to place this image. So it's a little bit small here, so I'm going to resize it. I'm going to just make it a little bigger like this. Something like that. I'm going to hit enter, or you can hit this little checkbox, and that places the image. So right now I've got two layers, and I want this particular layer of the subject above the other layer. And right now you see this little lock mechanism. If you just double click on this layer, it brings this up, and you just hit OK, and it just converts it to a normal layer and it gets rid of that lock. So I'm going to put this one on top of this one. Okay. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create a layer mask on this particular layer of the subject. And that's this icon down here. It's like a square with a circle in the middle. You can just click on that and make sure that the layer mask is the one that's selected. Like I could select subject. Right now I want the layer mask selected. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go into my brush tool. And again, if we want to change the size of the brush tool, I just use the bracket keys, and those are below the plus and the minus on your keyboard. So bracket key left will make this smaller, bracket key right will make it bigger, something around there. My opacity right now, if it's at 100, you'll see what happens here in a minute, but make sure that these are white and black. If I click this little arrow thing right here, you'll see that it just flip-flops. So right now I want it black, and in my layer mask, anything that I paint over the top of here, you can see that it just erases what's in front. Now if I flip these back, and I like to just hit X. You can hit this thing to flip it, but I'm just hitting X right now on my keyboard, and you can see that it flips it back and forth also. So I'm back to the white, and if I go back to white, it brings everything back. So it's just a handy little thing because you can just go back and forth a million times just like that. Okay. I don't want it to be 100% opacity. I want it to bump this down to maybe like 40%, something like that. And I'm going to hit X. So I want my black to be in the foreground. And I'm just going to basically erase what's behind. And just over the subject, I want to be able to see my sunset in the background there. Something like that. And you can keep going over it and over it. Alright, so maybe that's the extent that you want it. You can mess around with the opacity on that. The next thing that I would like to do is to create a white box that goes over this. So you can just go to your shape tool and you can just go anywhere around here and you're just going to create a box that goes over the top of it. This one's black, but you can easily just change it over to white. We just want a white box that goes over the top of it. You could use black too if you wanted, but I'm just going to use white. Okay, so that rectangle is now over the top of everything else, so obviously you can't see anything else. So I'm going to go to this rectangle layer, and I'm going to create a layer mask for the rectangle. And in that layer mask, make sure it's black here. I'm going to go to my brush tool, and I am going to bring this back up to 100%. And what I want to do here is just find my subject and just sort of outline the subject like this. What this does is create just a white background. Notice how my brush is feathered, and that's up here. So my hardness of my brush, if I bump that all the way up, it would create a very hard line. As you can see, that's more of a hard line. So I'm going to go Command Z backwards. That's why I like the soft brush. But if you just go up to here and move the hardness all the way down, now you've got this nice white background. Like right here though, I screwed up a little bit. Maybe I took too much off of there. I'm just going to flip this back over to white. So I'm going to hit X. And notice down here when I hit X, it just goes to white. And I'm just going to go over the white parts, and it just puts that white back in there. And you can mess around with the hardness and mess around with whatever you want to do. Okay, so now we've got a white background there. You can turn this layer on and off. I'm going to turn that layer off just for a minute. And over here, maybe you want to switch this up a little bit. So I go to my layer mask. You can, again, with your opacity, you can see that I'm on the white, so I'm adding that stuff back. If I hit X and go to the black, I can, make that more see-through like that in places. Hitting Command Z to go backwards. Maybe down lower you want it to be more visible, so you just go, I change my opacity back here. Maybe down lower you want this to be way more visible, the waves, and then it kind of fades back up or something like that. It's personal preference. Okay, so we did that. The other thing too, let's just say I go to here, and if I want to, honestly, I'm not sure if I can change this to black background now. Never mind. Okay. So white or black, you can try both. And that's pretty much it. Double exposure and layer masks.